last night, the Rap Snob sends me a screenshot of a writer.
Okay.
A writer for Rolling Stone calling Nasir Jones, aka Nas, y'all's favorite rappers, not mine.
That's a fact.
Calling Nas a misogynist. Sincere. That's all I got.
First of all, y'all gotta see the picture of this guy. Like,
we'll post it. Don't worry.
Listen, I mean, you doing hip hop reviews, and this is the guy that you get to. I mean, this is a pretty big album. Like, you know, like this was a moment. Like, people were writing Nas off. He's a legend. Like, does he still have it, or you know, is it gonna be wet? And then you get motherfucking the Leave It to Beaver to come in.
Leave It to Beaver.
And write up a whole diatribe, not even really focusing on the album musically, but like cherry picking these little moments to paint him as a like all out misogynist. If you want to have the conversation about misogyny in culture, in hip hop, in music in general, throughout history, right? We can have that conversation. But you're gonna cherry pick this Nas album. As our viewers may know, we all did a review on this album. Check it out on YouTube.
It's going up on YouTube too.
We
5K.
Yeah, we all really enjoyed the album, right? It showed some growth. It showed you know, that Nas can still rhyme about a variety of topics, and that he can still sound fresh in 2020. This guy, Leave It to Beaver, I don't know what his name is. I'm just gonna call him Beaver. So the Beef comes in for
Danny
Rolling
Schwartz, by the way.
Beef sounds
whatever.
better.
The Beaver. He comes in and decides to write a review about our culture and paint this whole misogynist narrative on one of our greats. Like, again, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation, but you can't just cherry pick these little lines here and there when there was so much more to the album, right?
I just felt like this was a dude who used the opportunity to try to bend and flip offended culture to his benefit, because that whole misogynist angle, it's not even a fair play, because listening to the album, if you're gonna play the misogynist card on this album, then geez, why listen to rap? Why review any rap
at all?
Right, yeah.
You're the wrong guy for the job, Beaver. You know what I'm saying? like Nas, just because Nas didn't show a certain level of accountability based on what he wrote in the article that you were looking for, that doesn't make him a misogynist. That makes him a person that feels as though the events in his personal history, he views it differently from you, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not really a fan of offended culture or a person trying to create a narrative by way of using this Nas album, and it backfired because Twitter wasn't going for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of him doing that to try to besmirch a legend in hip hop. Langston, do you think that there's anything that could have been misogynistic about this album?
Just one more thing. Rolling Stone.
He's really upset, y'all.
Get some brothers to write some articles and reviews for you.
Rolling Stone
Jesus Christ, man.
They don't do great journalism when it comes to hip hop. But Jarv, to answer your question, no. Okay. Misogynistic, no. And misogyny, I think, is one of those words that has been so used and overused.
Bastardized, no?
Yeah, it's lost its meaning. To me, misogyny is the hatred of women. And based on Nas's art, and I don't know Nas the person, do I think that Nas hates women?
Absolutely not.
No. Now, I will say that something that was mentioned in the article that I think we should also mention is that for this writer, something that was hanging over the album was the fact that both of the mothers of Nas's two children have accused him of domestic violence.
Okay.
Accusations that he has denied. So it's his word against theirs.
Right.
And I think what he was saying was that so much of this latest Nas album is Nas talking about women to varying degrees. And that when Nas talks about women, that it's at best kind of performative and inauthentic.
Fraudulent?
Yeah. and that in light of these allegations, that's kind of weak. Now, I don't think he's wrong when he says that when Nas talks about women on certain points of the album, that it comes off as fraudulent. I think there's some like Till the Wars one with Lil Durk. To me, that seemed kind of cliche.
Right.
You know? And the record works because the production is really good.
Yeah.
But I think there is a fair critique of this album that Nas seems really eager to talk about something that he's really bad at talking about. And that when you add on the fact that he's got 2 baby mothers and they both say that he hit them. Not that he beat the shit out of them, but that he struck them. Certain people are going to look at him sideways. Right. And I love Nas. So I'm always going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's just human nature working on my brain. But I think it is a fair critique to say, listen, stick to talking about stuff you're good at talking about.
So you feel like he by positioning some of his bars in this album, he left himself open to a person like Beaver calling him a misogynist?
Beaver or anyone else, yeah. Well, not a misogynist, but it's just lame, you know? It's corny.
Dini, any thoughts on that, on this topic?
I hate when people take a little tiny piece of something and you take that drop of that, a couple songs off the album, and try to piece the whole man life like you know him. First of all, dude looks like Nick Swartzen. You ever seen Grandma's Boy?
Come on, keep going, bro.
Yo, kids, watch the movie Grandma's Boy. The dude that was on the Dance Revolution machine, he looked just like him. And I hate judging I hate judging the book by its cover, but I seen a picture. Sent the picture, dude, and I try to keep composure because you never know. He could be a hip hop savant. He's not, but I think like a lot of people, especially in this time, he read something, heard something. Just took it left, ran with it, tried to get some clicks and some views. Hopefully that some ladies will latch on and nobody's having it. You could try it again next time, but as of right now, Nas album of the year.